Chardonnay. This can be a love it or hate it grape for many people, but you might be surprised to learn that it is probably less about the grape and more about the winemaking technique. Chardonnay is a non-aromatic grape. It is grown all over the globe to very different results. Grow it in a warm climate, and you get rich tropical fruit notes. In cool climates, you get bright citrus and lemon and green fruit notes. Beyond that, there are winemaking techniques that affect the wine. Those rich, buttery Chardonnays that you either love or hate, this butteriness can come from malolactic fermentation, which is when the tart malic acid, think of the flavors of an unripe green apple, is converted to lactic acid, which is the softer acid found in milk. A byproduct of this conversion is the compound diacetyl, which has a buttery note. It is, in fact, added to margarine to give it that buttery flavor. This malolactic conversion also gives the wine a creamier texture. Again, think lactic, like milk. On top of that, winemakers often put Chardonnay in oak barrels. You will hear a Chardonnay referred to as oaked or unoaked. This time in oak barrels will enhance the buttery notes and add notes of toast, spice, and vanilla, and further soften the wine's texture. On the other hand, winemakers can stop the malolactic fermentation and keep the wine in stainless steel. This keeps the wine more acidic and sharper. I mentioned that Chardonnay is grown around the globe. Perhaps the most famous spot for Chardonnay is Chablis in France. Chablis is part of Burgundy, although if you look at a map, you might find that surprising. It sits 80 miles northwest of the rest of Burgundy, and is actually closer to Champagne than Burgundy. In Chablis, one grape rules them all, and that grape is Chardonnay. In fact, it is the only permitted grape in the region. This region has cool summers and cold winters, much like Champagne, but being further south and planted on south-facing slopes, it's protected from the north winds and gets more sun exposure than they do in Champagne, allowing for better ripening. It is perhaps best known for its Kimmeridgian soils. The south-facing slopes are on an outcrop of Kimmeridgian marl, which provides great mineral nutrients for these grapes. The Kimmeridgian limestone here dates from 150 million years ago, when this was a seabed. Oyster shells are abundant in the soil. The Chardonnay here is lean, with a unique flinty minerality. So as you can see, Chardonnay is a bit of a chameleon and can dress up in different ways. If you want to pair with roast chicken or salmon, choose an oak Chardonnay with some buttery notes. With shellfish or sushi, head for an unoaked Chardonnay, preferably from a cool climate. Are you ready to continue discovering wine country?